speaking in that game, it is kind of crazy that the best player on the field was a freshman in Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah,
And people are
Man,
saying where would Jeremiah Smith go in this draft if he was eligible?
top 5.
I I dare
Would
to
you put
say
him over T-Mac from Arizona?
Uh, yeah, maybe. Honestly, like look at the plays he made. I mean, when the game is on the line, you have a freshman that is running the go route to lock things down, right? Like,
yeah.
and he was the best player on the field. So I think you do like you put him in that top 5. You just do. He was amazing, especially late in the season when you needed him, because
Yeah.
if he would have had that type of game against Michigan, the whole Michigan thing's not, it's not a thing. They blow them
Yes.
out of the water. But like he stepped up when he needed to. They started to go to him at the perfect time. Like just different. The dude is just different. And I put him top 5, honestly.
Ryan, I'll tell you, well, I would put him top 3. I think he's a bigger, stronger Malik Neighbors. That's he reminds me of a lot of Neighbors.
Yeah.
But what really, if you think about this, we talked about how this game got close. He only had one target in that second half.
Yeah, they
and
did.
It was,
They definitely did good shutting him
Yeah.
down, though.
and that that was that amazing, incredible play late in the game that sort of sealed the deal. But I've said this about Chip Kelly. You know, you really had to rely on your weapons, and I don't know whether it's Ryan Day who clinches up in tight moments, or it's Chip Kelly who clinches up in tight moments. But you got to give that dude. I don't care. He's sort of like a Malik Neighbors or you or Jamar Chase. You throw that ball if it's one-on-one coverage, even if it's I would even say Devontae Adams. You throw the ball up and you let those kind of players make a play. And more times than not, they make the play. That's what makes them so special. That game, I really think, I would put him above T-Mac. I've seen T-Mac and Eddie Money has as well come up through high school. And T-Mac, and people don't know this, started at safety, obviously, and had some of the best interceptions I've ever seen a defensive back play. I'm telling you, T-Mac could play both ways. He could be a Travis Hunter, but he's a very special athlete. But I mean, think about it. Jeremiah Smith is just a freshman. I mean,
Yeah. Crazy.
as Jordan would say, the ceiling is the roof with
Yeah.
with
I think,
Jeremiah
yeah.
Smith.
Looking at the draft order, he probably does go top 3. He either goes to the Browns or the Giants. And I know both those teams need quarterbacks, but as I said before, I think, and we'll talk about it later, those guys are getting quarterbacks in free agency. They're not getting quarterbacks. If they do get quarterbacks in the draft, those guys aren't
Yeah.
starting. But I think he would go top 3, honestly.
Last thing I want to talk about before we move on from Jeremiah Smith. What does this young man deserve? I think
most of the 20 million that they spent last year.
If I recall, right now, he is top 4 in NIL money. I think Archie's number 1, and Jeremiah Smith is top 4. Now, if I'm Alabama, if I'm I don't know, Michigan, this is the wild west now, Ryan. You can connect with a agent. This man should go get as much money as he deserves. Is there a chance for someone to poach a Jeremiah? He's a freshman. Obviously, he's gone. Wait, you have to be out of high school 3 years? Did he redshirt? Or
you gotta be a junior.
You got to be a junior. You got to play. Yeah, you got to play at least a couple years before you can go to the NFL. It's like,
you gotta play.
So does he have 2 more years? Is he a true freshman?
Yeah, he's a true freshman.
Because in the interview after, he goes like, "Let me get 3 more," and then he corrected himself. "Let me get 2 more." So
Yeah. It's between him and what's his name, Williams at Bama. That
Ryan Williams.
Yes.
Ryan Williams at Bama that were just like phenomenal. I mean, Ryan Williams was 17. Like he reclassified in order to get into the NCAA this year. So like,
Crazy.
I don't, and that's the crazy thing is the things that Ryan Williams did. I'm almost inclined to say like I would possibly take him first, honestly, just because like look at his year. Like he was phenomenal. No
He
one
was.
was even talking about dude from Ohio. No one was talking about Jeremiah Smith. Like it just
You're
wasn't a
right.
thing. You know what I mean? So Ryan Williams was lighting it up, and you know the catches that he had and the plays that he was making. I think that he would probably have a better draft grade, but they're 1A and
One
you
B.
know 1B. Like it's tough to pick, but yeah, I would see those guys both going top 5, if not top 3.
Is it a possibility? Are we going to see this now? I mean, if I'm him, I think he's getting $4 million a year. Obviously, he's hot right now. He's a hot commodity. Do you think schools say, "Hey, I'll give you 6"? Is that going to be a thing now in NIL? Are guys going to go after stars?
I mean, they already are. They already are big time. I mean, they're going after guys that aren't stars. I mean, look at the thing that happened with Wisconsin, right? That wide receiver that was like, I want to go into the transfer portal, and they didn't add him
Yeah.
to the transfer portal, so he just unenrolled and re-enrolled at Miami. So like they're going after everyone. There really isn't a guy that isn't getting some sort of offers. I mean, if the rumors are true, Quinn Ewers, it was rumored that he was going to get like $8 million if he would have stayed in the NCAA, but he decided he
Oof.
wants to go to the draft. So like, and I have some pretty good ideas why he wanted to go into the draft as well. But like, it was rumored that he was getting offered $8 million, but like they're going after everyone. But I don't see him leaving Ohio State. Honestly, you just want a national title. You're a focal point in that offense where they're going to want to build around you. You've got chemistry with your quarterback who is coming back as well. And then, you know, on top of that, you got to think like Ohio State is big business now, especially with them winning. So there's this whole rev share that's coming in next year, you know, if they get it right. I mean, the case still isn't settled yet, but there's this whole rev share thing that's coming in where he has the wherewithal to stay and stick around, negotiate a better NIL deal. I'm sure that they're going to negotiate something better for him to get more money as well. So like, yeah, he's not going anywhere. I don't think that I mean, obviously everybody has a price, but I think with what they just did, there's too many factors against him leaving that I think he stays at Ohio State. I don't really see anybody coming in with a number that says, "Hey, we'll give you this and get you to transfer." So I just don't see it happening.